Okay, today you're going to be learning about surface area of pyramids and cones. So from your warm-up, to find the perimeter and circumference of each figure, you found that the perimeter of the triangle was 30 centimeters and the circumference of the circle was 138 1600 feet. So here's what you're going to be learning about: the regular pyramid, slant height of a pyramid, and slant height of a cone. Those would be new vocabulary words. And if you look at the diagram, you can see the pyramid. The pyramids are named for the shape of their base, and this is a square pyramid because all four edges of the base are side length S. The L is the slant height, and that is basically the height of the triangular face, or the distance that the top vertice is from the base of the triangle, and that'll help us calculate the area of the triangle. The faces of this pyramid are congruent isosceles triangles. So your formula is very similar to our other prism formulas, where we're going to take the area of the base plus the lateral area. The only difference is we don't have two congruent bases like we did before. So notice that there's only one base. They also show this as the area of the base, and that lateral area is 1/2 times the perimeter of base times the lateral height, and that gives you that area of those triangular faces. So if we looked back at the previous slide, you can see that this 4 times S is the perimeter, right? Takes us the whole distance around the base. When you multiply this length right here times this length right here, it gives you the area enclosed in this parallelogram. We don't want the entire area, we only want the shaded parts that make up the triangular lateral faces, so that's why we have to take it times half. So that would be your formulas. So let's give it a try. So find the surface area of this pyramid. So in this case, we want to take the area of the base is a square, okay? So 9 squared will give you the area of the base. And then half the perimeter times the lateral face, because you could find the area of one of these triangular faces right here, find the area here and make it times 4. But if you use this perimeter, so we would get surface area will be equal to 9 squared is the area of the base, 1/2 the perimeter. 9 times 4 gives us the perimeter of 36, and 10 meters is that slant height that we need, that's for the slant height of the base. So multiplying these all together, we would get 81 plus 180, and if you add those together, and I want you to try this, and again this is meter squared, because this dimension right here would be meter squared and this would make a meter squared, and you're just adding like terms. So the surface area is 261 square meters. Again, this is just okay. What if our base is not a square? So this is still a pyramid. It would be a triangular pyramid because you name it for the shape of the base. In this case, we have the area of the base, which would be given by this 12 times this height of this, and then divide by 2. So we would have the area of the base would be 1/2 of 12 times 10 3800, plus then you have 1 half of the perimeter, so you'll take 12 plus 12 plus 12 to get 36. And in this case, our lateral, you have to be able to identify this. This is a face, so this is equal to our lateral height. And that's going to be times 6. So through multiplication, you would get 62 and 28/100 plus 108 to give us a total surface area of 170.28 square meters. Okay, find the surface area of each pyramid. So this is going to be another practice for you. So give this a try. Again, surface area is equal to the area of the base plus 1/2 the perimeter and the slant height. If by chance you were not given the slant height, you could use the Pythagorean theorem to find it if you were given the altitude of the pyramid. So the area of the base is going to be 7 squared. And that's going to be plus, and then when you take 7 times 4, the distance around, you get 28, and then this slant height of 12. So 49 plus 168 is equal to 217 square millimeters. Give this one a try. And the final surface area would be 24.8 meters squared. When we have a cone, the slant height would be the distance from the vertex to the point of, on the edge of the base, the circular base. The formula, again, is the area of the base plus the lateral area, which in this case there's one base, so pi r squared plus pi r l. So find the surface area. So starting with the formula, plus the lateral, so pi r squared plus pi r and slant height. We'll use 3.14 for pi. If you substitute in the values after you do multiplication, you'll get 28.26 plus 94.2. And when you add them together, you get 122 and 46/100 square centimeters. All right, find this surface area using the formula. Area of the base plus the lateral. So pi r squared plus pi r and slant height. Okay, 3.14 for pi. And when you multiply 12.56 plus 50.24 would give us 62.8 feet squared. Make sure that you can get these calculations to work out